What did I forget?
Well, I forgot. Hey, look, I can have it too, dude. Dude, it's contagious. Oh my gosh, it's coming to me. What is up, big ballers? I'm glad you guys could join us. Here we are taking attendance real quick. Juice Daddy, present. Afterburner.
I'm pretty sure that here.
Afterburner.
Here.
Okay.
God damn, bro.
Ballin' Shandy. Yeah, this guy. He's about to get about to get a demerit. I'm about to take him right to the principal office. We're gonna go. I'm done talking about it. We're going to the principal's office. This is it. All right. Andy will join us here in a little bit. He's running a little late. I thought maybe you'd get here on time since we're doing a late pod. How's everybody doing in the late pod? And we're gonna start the podcast, and it's gonna be a little late. And we just got copyright. It's just a struck.
I don't even think that song is copyrighted.
It's definitely copyrighted, and we're gonna lose a bunch of money because of this. And we're gonna talk about the Stros and Cowboys, and it's gonna be a good podcast. Right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. I very much appreciate it. I know there's plenty of places where you guys can get your sports fix, and we thank you for choosing us, even though you're probably also going to do those other things too.
Yeah, definitely gonna go to other people.
Definitely do the other things. Justin, how's it going? How's it hanging?
I'm doing good. My fantasy team is not.
Well, that's just because you are garbage and you don't know anything about sports. You fool.
I'm not. I swear. I was 4-0 at one point.
What are you going to be now? After this game, what do you mean now?
4-3, maybe. 4-4.
Okay.
Is it 3?
Okay.
Oh wait, week 7, so 4-3.
I
know some math.
Dude, you're doing great, dude. So you're on a 3-game skid. I'm on a 3-game streak, bro.
I'm losing right now to a team that only scored 66 points.
So what does that make your team?
Yeah, I know.
Trash
but
garbage.
In my defense, I didn't even get to tinker because for some reason Nico kicked me out.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
And I'm not able to log back in, and so I can't even look at my fantasy. I had to keep on calling Nico.
Yeah,
like
it was pretty annoying.
Updating me,
charging $5 a minute.
$5.
Something like that.
Like, well. He was like, "No, you're still losing. Don't worry."
Yeah, don't worry about it. You don't need to know about
it. You don't have to call me anymore.
You can
no
stop.
Chance.
Yeah, unless he plays Carson Wentz or something instead of Dak Prescott, then you really don't have a chance. Hey, there he is. There goes that boy, the baby boy.
Just in time.
I want you to know that we definitely gave the tardy slip to the principal, and you have to go to the principal's office after this. We're sorry. We had to do it.
Wow, you're one of those teachers?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is how many days in a row, man?
We gave you a chance.
Yeah, all right?
Wow.
Dude, this is
cool teachers would never do that.
Well, you don't got the cool teacher, you got me. So, Andy, you missed the team building exercise that me and Justin did before we started the podcast. I got a great song on my Discover Weekly on Spotify, and it happened to be the diss track by Macho Man Randy Savage, a diss rap to Hulk Hogan, and it was amazing. This is real. It was real. He made a rap album in the early 2000s, and it is chef's kiss.
I think I've heard it, but it's been a long time.
Well, guess what we're doing after the podcast?
It was my first time, and my ears are bleeding right now.
Look, Justin wasn't ready, but you know who was ready? Bonesaw is ready. So we got some news. Or actually, Andy, do you want to talk about fantasy football? Oh wait, never mind. You played me. Don't talk about it.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it real quick. Let's talk about it real quick because I'm up 127 to 107, and Sony Michelle is still playing.
Look, guess what? You played my JV team. Congratulations! All right, you're doing fantastic.
It's okay because in my other league, I'm playing a guy that literally hasn't won a game yet, and he's beating me 105 to 102, and Le'Veon Bell isn't doing anything for me. So I may end up losing to the worst guy in our league.
Oh, so basically the Gump of that other league.
Yes, except a lot worse because he hasn't touched his roster since like week 1. And he has Aaron Rodgers who got like 44 points this week.
So yeah,
con.
He just wanted to beat you. That's all.
He did, and it's my brother-in-law too, so that makes it even worse.
Ah,
He
damn.
knows nothing about sports, but he's wants to be a part of it as well.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'll do it, but I'll always lose every game. So not to me. He beat me last year too.
For
So.
one.
So
it's just a streak.
So Gump.
Yeah.
He just wants to be a part of it. Doesn't know anything about sports.
Yeah.
Losing. I guess until
I barely won that one last week too, so I'll take it.
Yeah, and then look, you beat me. Okay, you did good, kid. You went back to the lab. You know, you went back to the film. You worked hard, and you came back stronger. All right, better. So we got Ty in the chat. He says, "Hi, beat Justin. Let's go, baby Andy."
Baby,
I don't know if he's calling you a. I don't think he's calling you a baby. Baby
I like
boy.
it. I don't care. I'm gonna take it as a compliment.
So I'm never excited when somebody gets injured. Okay, that's not what I'm about. But I was excited to say his name on the podcast. So Tommy Tonka Truck hurt his ankle for the Alabama Crimson Tide. And how long do you think Tua Tonka is going to be out?
I don't even know what he did.
I think he'll sit because I was watching that game.
Okay.
I think he'll sit for the Arkansas game because it's Arkansas, and I'm pretty sure we could get 22 guys together and at least compete with Arkansas.
Look, this is the second time you said that on the podcast. Are we gonna get these guys together or not? I'm ready to go.
Let's do it. I'm down. I'm all for it, man.
Do you hear that, Arkansas? We challenge you, brother.
We challenge you.
To a Macho Man Randy Savage battle rap.
Exactly. Hey, I'm all for it. But I think because they play Arkansas and then they have a bye week and then they play LSU. So I think he'll definitely be for the LSU game. They're they're gonna make sure he's there for the LSU game no matter what.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna be in crutches in the backfield.
It's gonna be better than what they have right now.
So I don't know if you guys have seen the rankings, the top four. Obviously, the college football playoff rankings aren't out yet, but. Do you guys have a top four? Who do you think, if the playoffs started today, who would you guys put in?
In the top four?
Yeah, in the top four.
I would probably do LSU 1.
Okay. Okay.
Alabama 2. Ohio State 3.
And this is the one right here.
I'm torn between Clemson and Oklahoma because Oklahoma's looked really good. I think I'd put Oklahoma at 4. I don't think I'd put Clemson in.
Okay, see, I understand that, and but have we always been taking this just as one season? Because I feel like we haven't.
We haven't. No, it's been let's take every season combined, and it's Alabama and Clemson could both lose 4 games, and it's yeah, but remember last year they were really good, so let's put them out there.
Let's just put them there. You got it.
I find it to be one of the biggest disrespects when the people that won the national championship aren't ranked number 1 right away, in the preseason or whatever. It's they're number 2, but the team that beat them are now number 1. Why? Who decided that? That doesn't make it.
Which and I get it if they had nothing but seniors and they have to completely reload.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's teams like Alabama and Clemson and Ohio State and Oklahoma, they restock every year.
Yeah, they don't rebuild, they reload.
If one of those four win, you have to put them back at number 1.
Yeah. What I don't think it's not possible. I was what if all 5 of those teams go undefeated? Not possible. We just talked about how LSU is playing Alabama in 2 weeks. But but so what if I don't know how it works exactly. Are they in the same conference in the SEC? Alabama.
They are. They're both in the SEC West.
So who do you think that whoever loses that game should be out of the playoffs?
I don't think out because they're 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
So to lose to if Alabama beats LSU, Alabama was number 1 team in the nation, so you can't really get mad at them for losing that game. But then if LSU beats Alabama, they were on the road at number 2. So it's kind of it's one of those of I don't think either one of them are out. I think they'll drop out of the top 4. But if Ohio State or Oklahoma or Clemson struggle they've been doing for the last couple, or at least Clemson, if they continue to struggle, I think a 1-loss team like that makes it rather than an undefeated team that barely stayed undefeated.
So Georgia has 1 loss, correct?
Yeah.
So what if, and I'm playing devil's advocate here, what if LSU, boom, loses to Alabama? Okay, Alabama, yep, still the best. And then Georgia beats Alabama in the SEC championship. 3 one-loss SEC teams. What do we do?
I think if you're a champion, you get in.
Okay.
Like that's just my personal thing because you did what you were supposed to do. But like Alabama, their one loss came in the SEC tournament, so I have no idea what I would do there. That's one of those of like I think if I'm the committee, I'm praying that doesn't happen because you're gonna make like half the country mad no matter what you do.
Yeah,
so
definitely. So I was thinking because there was a big upset this weekend. We can go ahead and talk about it. If you're probably anybody but a Wisconsin Badger fan, you're probably like, "Whoa, that was an amazing game! What a great game!" I happen to be in the minority of that. I am a Wisconsin Badger fan. I love the Badgers. They are probably my favorite college football team. And and these moments definitely let you know how much you like a team. Like, It didn't ruin my day or anything like that. I had bigger fish to fry that night. We'll talk about that. But I was pretty bummed. So Illinois beat Wisconsin, an upset for sure. 2 turnovers in the fourth quarter. You can't win games like that. I know it's Illinois who had been 2-4. But they got the old ball coach back there, Lovie Smith, and boy does his white beard look amazing on him. But I was not expecting that, especially from this Badger team that we've seen. They just seemed like they were lights out, and I thought they weren't going to get trouble until next week in Ohio.
Right.
So did you guys?
What
watch
was the spread? Was it like 30?
Oh,
was it
30.
It was 30.
30.
Plus 36. It was 30?
Yeah,
I thought it was more. I think it was more than 30.
It might have been
35. 36.
It might have been.
Yeah, I thought it was something like that.
Because it's like the largest. It's like the largest upset by the spread in like the last decade.
Yeah, they said this is the craziest upset in college football. It was crazy.
Okay, it's not the crazy. Have you guys watched Michigan versus Appalachian State? That one was pretty crazy.
That one was pretty crazy.
They're not even the same league, conference, whatever it is.
And they lost at home too. Like that's the worst part. They lost at home. No, I think I don't know. I think every team I think they were looking ahead to Ohio State, so they were just like, yeah, Illinois not that good. We'll just run through them, and then prepare for next week, and then they got hit in the mouth, and then. But I think this will either make or break their season. Of they could jump back next week against Ohio State and take all their frustration out on Ohio State, and end up beating them, and then they're right back in the conversation again. So. Or they could just let this get to them and then get blown out by 50 like everyone else has.
Justin, what do you think? Do you think that if the Badgers beat Ohio State soundly, do they hopscotch, leapfrog, double dutch over all the other teams and get that 4th spot or 3rd spot wherever Ohio is?
Bro, I don't know college that well, but depends on how bad they beat them. If it's a barely win, I wouldn't think so. But if they beat them soundly and that defense steps up, then yeah.
What about you, Andy?
Where's it at? Where's the game at next
I believe it's in Columbus.
Okay, so if they walk into Columbus and beat Ohio State, because they're ranked 13th right now, I think Wisconsin is.
Yeah.
I think they'll leapfrog in front of most of the country. I think they'll be back in the top 10 easily.
Yeah, I think top 10, but
it's gonna take a while. Yeah.
The thing is, what's the rest of their schedule of playing Big Ten schools of they got Iowa, I think the week after, which is another big win. So if they can string finish out the year and undefeated, or finish out the year with wins, and then win the Big Ten, I think they'll make it maybe. It's one of those of
if 2 SEC teams
no longer in their hands.
Yeah,
you know
I agree. Definitely. I think they're in the driver's seat. If whoever won next week, if Wisconsin would have won this week, would have been controlled their own destiny.
I think that game would have been one of these 2 teams is going to be in the top 4 for sure. And now it's just Wisconsin's trying to save their season.
Yeah.
With the win here.
Yeah, and I would say Ohio State, they still have to play Michigan, but I think John Harbaugh is 0-7 or 0-8 when his team is an underdog.
Listen, can we talk about Michigan for a second?
Yeah, go for it.
How in the world is that guy still employed at Michigan?
Well,
because if he was anywhere else in the country, he would no longer be the head coach there.
Alumni.
He's been there for what, 7 years?
That seems like a long time. I feel like no, but
Well, I know our coach has been there for 7 years, and it seems a lot. I'll look it up, but I think he's been there for like 7 years or something like that.
oh, I didn't mean to move on. I wanted to mention this in the chat. My dad said, all Stacy's fault, my mom. Thanks, Stacy. No playoffs for UW.
What did she do?
Apparently, she came right when she sat down. Jonathan Taylor fumbled or Cohen threw the interception. I don't remember. I talked to my dad about
That
it.
was a turnover when she sat down.
Yeah, when she sat down, because obviously she has a huge impact on the game.
Yeah.
But
Thanks, Mom. Dang.
and Ty's pick for the playoffs are the New England Patriots, UW, and Clemson, and then he didn't say a fourth team. But hey, anything's possible.
You know what? I like the Patriots odds.
I like them.
I think they got it.
I do like the Patriots odds.
All right, sorry. Back to Michigan.
Well, I'm still trying to find it, but
Okay.
he's been there for a hot minute. That's
Look,
for sure.
all I'm happy about is that Shea Patterson is still the quarterback for.
He's so bad. I literally tweeted out because like I'm obviously like a massive Kentucky football fan, and I don't know if you saw the Kentucky Georgia game.
Yeah.
Where it was 0-0 at halftime. And then they ended up beating us like 21-0, but it was like pouring the rain, so like neither team could throw. And we don't even have a quarterback, so we have a wide receiver as quarterback. So like
So you guys had the advantage, bro.
We did, but we threw for like 6 yards and maybe that. And I simply just tweeted out, because this was right after I think he threw like a second or third pick or something like that. I said, well, it could be worse for Kentucky's offense. We could have Shea Patterson as quarterback.
Oh,
And that got a
Shots
lot of heat from
fired.
Michigan fans.
oh, really?
Yeah.
What Michigan fans are just like scoping out your feed, bro?
I think if you just barely mention them, they like freak out.
How dare you?
How
talk
dare
about
you?
my team?
How dare you talk about our bad quarterback?
Yeah, honestly, after that Wisconsin game, I thought he was going to lose his job, and I'd be like, no, what else am I going to talk about?
So he's been there since 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
So
See, that's not
5
that
years?
Yeah,
6 years?
I didn't
5
think it
years?
was that long. I thought you were talking about Shea Patterson. I was like, that's
no. Well, it
I was
feels
like,
like
he was
he's been
at
there forever.
I was like, he was at Ole Miss, and I
for
remember
like a year or two.
Yeah, because I remember because our
they
friend,
played him, right?
yeah, our friends went to that game there in Aggie Land, and they were none too happy after that game. So I remember.
But I don't know. I think Michigan just is one of those teams that is always overrated. Of like, ooh, they're going to finish in the top 4 and make the playoffs this year, and then like by week 3, they've already lost a game and almost lost another game and are struggling. So I don't know.
And they just
It's
lost
just one of
another
those things.
game.
Yeah, as we were talking, they lost another game. So
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like there's a lot of places like that. Like LSU most years, I feel like are like that.
yeah.
Or maybe when they're like, I remember when they followed Les Miles, and I was like, how good do you think you guys are?
Yeah,
And like,
at least now they have an offense. So with Les Miles, they had nothing. Like all they were defense.
and I like their coach because he always sounds like he lost a voice. I don't know why, and then I saw him in Blindside. I was like, whoa, it's the guy. The guy
He's
that
in
can't.
Blindside.
I think so. He was one of the coaches. Like that come in and
I
like,
know that.
yeah, I saw him. I was like, whoa, what are you doing here, guy who coaches LSU? Good to see you. I only know his face because like a bunch of Aggies tweeted out his picture after they beat him in the 100,000 overtimes.
Yeah.
And
Which
'cause
have
he
you
was-
seen the new?
'cause
Have you
he's so
seen the new
sticky.
system for college football?
No.
Overtimes?
No. What?
Where
There's going to
if
be
they
new
get
system?
to, like, if you get to like 5, like the 5th overtime, it's just a 2-point conversion shootout.
Dude, that's awesome.
So like that's why like because that happened this week with North Carolina and Virginia Tech.
Is that what? Wait, has that just been employed?
That was like that happened this year because of the Texas A&M LSU game last year.
They're like, we just want to
serious?
go home.
It was like that game was too
We're
long.
tired. Please.
Which I don't know why, because like that was like my favorite game to watch last year by far.
That was
It
a
was
good
exciting.
game.
Yeah, it was very exciting. Back and forth, I was like, what is going on?
And I'm just saying that because
Someone
neither
stop
one of my
somebody.
teams were playing in it. Otherwise, I'd probably have had a heart attack by then. But
Nah, I'm usually just rooting for a good game. Unless it's the
Yeah.
Badgers. Unless it's that damn Illini game. Man, but boy, did they show up. But, like, I mean, I was like, well, it's college football. Anything can happen. No, it always happens to my teams. Yeah. But, yeah, that's crazy. Who ended up winning that game?
Virginia Tech did. They won like 43-41, I think.
Jeez.
Was final, something like that.
Dude, it's still barely in the 40s, and you guys went to 6 overtime? Dang.
Yeah, what you guys doing?
That Aggie game was like in the 70s or whatever.
Was it the highest scoring college game? Probably.
Probably.
No?
I don't know.
There's
There's probably
Big 12
some
games, man. They scored like 150 points each.
No defense whatsoever.
Nope. Unless you're Oklahoma.
Yeah. Justin, you have anything to say about that?
No.
Anything to say about Dicker the Kicker?
That's what I was about to say. I didn't see that. I didn't get to watch that game because I was driving back up here and everything. And then I had a concert to go to, so I didn't really get to watch much of any of the games.
Okay,
but I saw that it was close, and I was like, what the heck? What's going on? Why are they so close?
Kansas came to play.
Apparently so. It didn't seem like it should be like that, but all right.
I had the opportunity to go to the Texas Tech game because I had off on Saturday for the first time in a long time. It was at 11 o'clock in the morning. I got up, and I'm like, they're probably going to lose to Iowa State. And so I stayed in bed. And
did
then,
they lose?
Yeah, and they did. It's not a lack of school spirit. I'm just more rational than most. More rational. I'm more rational than most. You can chop me up and eat me in adequate portions. But I don't want to get too ahead, even though we've already pretty much talked about all the college football we want to talk about. But we did not mention some great plays that happened, 2 great plays that happened on Friday night under the lights. Justin, take it away.
What happened?
Your brother got 2 interceptions. You got a pick 6.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
You were there.
Yeah. I didn't see the first one. Apparently, he got really high up there and stole it from it was like a little slant route on the receiver.
I thought you stole it from a small child.
He was actually a Make-A-Wish Foundation kid, and Jared did not want to let him score. Nah, but he stole it, but he didn't get to run that one back because the momentum of the ball was carrying him, so he just fell. But the second one I was able to watch. That he undercut a little 10 and in, got the ball, ran it back, had a whole bunch of people on him. It was just him and the quarterback, and then juked the quarterback out, made him broke the tackle because the quarterback had him, but then Jared broke it off and then scored a touchdown. It was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Top ESPN top 10. Where are you?
Where are you at? That's really awesome. And I was telling Justin, I was like, is it weird that me and his brother have the same amount of touchdowns? That's because I was on offense. But boy, did I try my hardest, and that's all that matters.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, Dennis, we get it. Dang.
Get it, you nutrition, bro.
We get it. We're over here making shakes and shit. So, anything else you guys want to talk about for the college football world? Because I would love to move to baseball, but if you guys aren't ready.
Can we talk about since we brought up Arkansas a little bit earlier?
Okay.
The fantastic fake punt that they tried.
Oh, I think they're a contender.
Oh, dude, that was so bad.
Oh, that was great. Looking great.
It was I don't even understand what the play was.
Looking like regular old Tom Brady. Looking like
Tom Brady.
Yeah, I got to sign that kid. What, dude? Kentucky needs to get that guy to transfer. He could be the quarterback.
He could be the kicker for Alabama next year.
Was it that shovel pass kind of thing?
Yeah.
Is that the one you're talking
He
about?
caught it and floated it and right to who are they playing? Was it
I don't remember.
Auburn. Yeah, they were playing Auburn. He just kind of threw it to the guy, Auburn's guy, and just kind of watched them take off running.
Whoa.
Like, oh, you guys are scary. Here, just take it. I don't want
it. That punter for Arkansas trying to throw it to the other guy. Number sir. Oh, I got another great. I don't know who to give the Nambis sir to in this one, but is it Joe Burrow or John Burrow?
Joe Burrow.
Jason Burrow. Gotcha. Jason Burrows. into the ground due to embarrassment after this sack. He was going back. The guy wraps him up a little too good. Joe gives him the old shake and shimmy, but that just puts his hands down into his pants, and the guy pantses him, and so Joe is just like, I'm going to take the L on this one, and just goes to the ground and takes a sack after he gets his big his big pale butt shown to all the lovely folks
shiny,
watching
man.
at home.
What game was this? I didn't even
LSU, bro, the
LSU,
quarterback,
yeah.
Heisman
What the hell?
contender, Joe Burrow, getting
Somebody tweeted out that picture and said, "Well, here's his Heisman moment.
Go ahead.
He's got my vote."
I honestly, speaking of the Heisman, I think that Jonathan Taylor just lost his Heisman candidacy after that fumble and the loss, which I think is kind of unfair. But it's a quarterback.
The quarterback
league.
can throw a pick all he wants, but once running back fumbles the football, ooh, it's all over.
It's over.
Yep, exactly. Sucks, but I mean, I'm not a voter. He'd have my vote for sure. Would it be biased? Not at all.
Absolutely.
I don't even like Wisconsin, I don't think.
Who left their towel, their rally towel, Justin or Nico? It was me. All right?
Yeah, I have mine.
I know. I forgot it. Okay.
You must not be a fan, I guess.
Well, I guess they didn't need it.
Wow.
And I got two more non-besters, but they're in the NFL. So before we get to jump to the NFL, I think we talked about Joe Burrow getting pantsed. What? But you have anything else to say about college football?
Nah, like I said, I didn't really get to watch any of the games.
Did you? Everyone good?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So it was a magical ALCS. I think if you're a fan of either team, okay. If you're not a fan of either team, that's what I meant to say. I think that you still enjoyed watching that ALCS if you caught a game.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that they made it very exciting, a little too exciting. Some Astros fans would say, but oh my gosh, like I know I didn't like the Yankees before this, but I despise them now. Maybe not the Yankees, but their fans just seem like the worst.
Oh, they
Are
are.
you talking about that video with the guy getting beer and stuff?
Which one? Which video? There's so many.
My favorite one is of the one getting escorted out of the stadium, and he's just holding up the 3-1.
Yeah.
At that point, I was like, I may become an Astros fan now.
My thing was he gets beer spilt on him, and he has to leave.
Yeah.
What did he get reimbursed or anything? It doesn't matter.
Put him in a box.
Oh, did they?
No, I don't know.
I was like, that's pretty good then. I'll take it. Or let it rain down on me. No, but he did come out on top of this because Lance McCullers, the pitcher for the Astros, who's been out after recovering from Tommy John surgery, should be back. And oh my gosh, that starting rotation is going to look even scarier with him in it. But but he is like, give me this guy for me. I'm going to give him tickets to Game 1 of the World Series.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I was just like, heck yeah. And they're like ALCS MVPs, and it was him and then another guy who was like freaking out. I remember like in Game 3, I think it was, like the lone Astro fan in a sea of mediocrity. And then
apparently the fans were also chanting "Fuck Altuve."
Oh, dude. Don't even. It was the worst. Then
he got revenge on him.
Oh,
he did. He did.
I would say.
What was I gonna say? So apparently Ty was talking smack to my dad. You've been there when my little brother starts talking smack about whoever we're rooting for.
Yeah. He's like, wow, they suck.
Yeah. It was impossible to watch that Packer game with him. But so I guess he was rooting for the Yankees, like talking smack to my dad, la la la. And then they started chanting that about Altuve, and then he's like, "Never mind, the Astros can win now."
he knew that was too far.
Too far. And
come on, fan.
I just I couldn't, and I saw one where the Astro fans just go into the restroom at the urinal and they're throwing beer on him and just giving him the finger, telling him "fuck you." They're chanting stuff. And
I thought that one was from like 2016. I thought someone had put that.
Oh, it could be. But it still looks like, hey, you guys were the worst the whole time.
You never changed.
And then there was one stat that just, it hit the spot. It's like the Astros have been the reason the past three out of the last 4 seasons or whatever to eliminate the Yankees. And I'm like, ooh, baby boy. I think the closest thing to that, like, so growing up, I didn't watch that. The Astros weren't in the AL West, so I'm not like a super huge hater of any of those teams. But throughout it all, I've always hated the Yankees, of course, because that's what you do.
It's like the Patriots.
It's like the Patriots, but except the Patriots are good.
Yeah.
Now, recently, I'm the 27 championship. Shut up. Nobody cares.
Shut up.
Shut your stupid mouth. But so, like, I don't hate any of, like, the AL West teams, but I am very, like, this is like if the Cowboys eliminated the Eagles in, like, 3 straight playoffs. Like, that would bring me so much joy. And I guess we kind of got that yesterday also, but we're not talking about that. So that whole Game 6, like, I was talking to my dad about it before. He's just like, I think they're going to win the series, but if they don't win it in Game 6, I'm not sure if they win the World Series, because Garrett Cole won't be able to pitch until like Game 3 or something like that, and he'll be on short rest because he would have to pitch Game 7. And I totally understood that. And like, Andy, you were talking smack for whatever reason, I don't know. You were like, "How you feeling?"
I was just asking. I was asking a simple question. I literally wasn't trying to talk smack. I was just concerned for your health.
You know what? You're right.
Just being a good friend.
You are right, but I know I like went and chilled, and I said, "Of course," but that's exactly how I felt. Like,
I love that you sent the gif of Altuve too.
Oh,
and then,
me
like,
too,
like 2 minutes
baby.
later, he smoked it. And I was like, "This is great."
And then,
this
like,
is just poetry in motion. Man.
Yes, it was so great. Altuve, like, has to be not just my favorite, like, baseball player of all time, because it was Craig Biggio for a long time, but I think Altuve is taking it. Like, yeah. I love Jose Altuve, everything he stands for. Freaking, I hear it all the time about his height. Shut up. He went to Altuve. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna punch you. But like one, like, nobody wanted to give him a chance because of his height. One scout, they didn't even think he was old enough to go. He didn't even think he was old enough to be scouted because of his height. Grown? And so he came back the next day with his birth certificate. None of the scouts wanted to hear him, but one guy, Al, whatever his name was, I don't remember. But he gave him a chance, and I think he went through so many terrible teams when they were the Astros, like a couple 100 lost seasons, and now here, how many batting titles later, and a couple MVPs later, a World Series championship later, and here he is, ALCS, bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, guy on base, you're at home, like, this is what you dream about when you're a kid, and he knocked that sucker out of the park, and that was the loudest I think I've ever heard Minute Maid.
Dude, that was so crazy. Yeah, we were watching it at a country concert, and everybody around us just started cheering. Like, the band was like a little, like, not weirded out, but there's like, what the hell's going on? Everyone just started cheering.
They're like playing.
They're like, did we do good?
Damn, look at that crowd. They love us.
No, but like, my thing with Chapman literally threw one of the best hitters, if not the best hitter in the American League, 2 sliders back to back, and expected him not to size it up and hit it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, oh, you can take the player off the Reds, but you can't take the Reds out the player.
You can't, man. Good Lord, you cannot. I was getting flashbacks too, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so glad I'm not glad we got rid of him, because he's actually a really good closer."
No, yeah, is he the best pitcher in the game, or best closer in the game? Definitely, I feel like he's the most imposing, the most intimidating when he goes up there.
For a while, it was, I think at least it was like Craig Kimbrell when he played for the Braves, but then like he got moved to, was it Washington? Is he in Washington? I don't know. But he like slowly started to decline, where he's not even a closer now, I think. So like Chapman is really good, but throwing Altuve back-to-back sliders in the same exact spot both times was really dumb. Like, really dumb.
Oh, but it was so good. And Altuve told them not to rip his jersey off this time. Said he's going to get his, last time he got in trouble with his wife because they did that.
Please don't.
So, oh man, it was so freaking good. So cathartic. And then I didn't, like, it never hits me because you never know when the players are playing that they're like, I don't know, that you don't care what the future is. All there is now. But then they're like, after the game and the post game, they're like, Jose Altuve. And then it was such like a throwaway line. They're like, in Cooperstown one day, la, la, la. And I was like, whoa, like this guy is a Hall of Famer, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm watching him like I didn't like Craig Biggio. I saw them. I paid attention more like Craig Biggio, Jeff Bagwell in the later bits of their career, like not when they're in their prime. So like, oh yeah, they're Hall of Famers. We all knew it. But like Altuve, like I watched him the whole time. And so you don't think like, I feel like baseball, that is the Hall of Fame. I think football, if you're great, like you'll be in there. Like I feel like there's a little more leeway. More people get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame than they do baseball. So like hearing that, like Cooperstown, Jose Altuve, I'm like, hell yeah. And I like wanted to cry. Because I'm like, he freaking deserves it. I love this man, and I don't think I'm totally biased, 100% biased. But I think they're the best team out there, not just because like the best record and all that stuff, but like they just seem like a big group of friends, and they just want to see each other succeed. They're always talking, always trying to get more information. Bregman's he's like the Tom Brady of batters. He's always there dissecting, always there talking to his teammates, trying to like convey like what he's seeing, like what he thinks they're gonna get, stuff like that. And then, I mean, who knows? They could lose the Nationals in the first game, and I sound like an idiot. But I haven't.
My pick to win the World Series.
You picked the Dodgers.
No. I go back and check. I said Nationals the whole way, 100%.
Got a view, made you look. Yeah, I'm very excited, and everyone's calling it more of a throwback because it's starting pitching, like stellar starting pitching versus stellar starting pitching. So it shall be interesting.
Yeah, I think they said that like five of the top 10 like starting pitchers that like have the most strikeouts in baseball this year.
Oh God,
are on both the Nationals and the Astros.
I think it said like the six.
Because 1 and 2 is Cole and
Verlander.
And then it's like Scherzer, Strasburg, and then I forget the other guy's name. He waved the Cardinals. He had a no-hitter through like 8 innings against the Cardinals.
Dude.
We had like 14 strikeouts in that game, something like that. So
hopefully, I think the Nationals are red hot. They had to clinch a playoff spot, all that good stuff. Then they got. Then they had to play the Brewers, win and you're in, and then they went right into the next series, then into the next series.
The Cardinals.
Yeah, they ran through the Cardinals, but I hope they got a lot of rest. Maybe hyping themselves a little too much up. They're like, nobody can touch our stuff, and the Nationals come in and get on top of them and never let up. That's what I hope.
I'm kind of rooting for the Nationals.
Why?
1, because they're an underdog, and 2, they have a person from the Valley.
What?
Where we're from.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, they do. They have that guy, Tres Paredes, I think, the quarterback from Sherryland. The one he was. He was Stefan's quarterback, and he's playing with them. I was like, oh, dude, there's like so many things why I should root for them.
But don't do it.
But don't go to the dark side.
No.
So how mad do you think Bryce Harper is right now?
Pretty upset. He's like, I would go to the Phillies. I want to get to the World Series.
He didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I don't know, though. Like, I don't know their situation. Were they able to sign more people because they don't have to deal with Bryce Harper? Or
I think he was the bad energy on that team. And they were once they got rid of him, they're like, okay, we're good.
Just some baggage.
Like, this feels a lot better.
Yeah.
But Strasburg, I've actually seen Strasburg pitch. So this is going to be interesting. I'm very excited. Yeah, I think the Astros gave up that home run to LeMahieu to make it a little more exciting.
Yeah, we were watching. I was like, "What is going on?" I was like, I thought it was over, and then they just started coming back. I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, I was like, Osuna, you son of a bitch. And then he gets Judge and Torres out, and I'm like, well, was that so hard? but like I said, like I was feeling good. Like I know I was trying to play it cool. Like, of course, I'm totally fine. But like I did really feel like that. I was like they got to Chapman before. Maybe not a hit, but like they made him pitch more than he wanted to back in game 2, and they did the same thing again. Springer walk, and then Jose went up, and the rest is rock and roll history.
Wait, so did they intentionally walk him?
No.
Or no?
No, he just couldn't buy a strike because they was live from that bat.
So before we end talking about the Astros, I just want to say Adonis Chapman trying to pitch to Altuve. Number sir. Pitch 2 sliders in a row. Number sir. I had to do it. I had to do it. I appreciate him.
Did you see the face he made when Altuve hit that home run too?
He's like that gone.
He's like, well,
yeah, and it's like play Curb the Enthusiasm music
next season.
Oh man. But that was so great, and I popped so hard. To use a wrestling term, I popped so hard. Got out of my seat, and I was like, "There it is!" I
never doubted it.
I called Gabby to get out of the room. Like, come watch. And then
she wasn't watching.
No, well, like she was watching for a good bit, and then she left like in the 9th. So maybe she was the good
they're
luck.
Up by 2.
And then, but she gets too nervous when she watches. So, and then also like she doesn't like watching she's so sweet. She doesn't like to watch the end of games because they always show the other team and how sad they look.
That's my favorite part.
I know, that's what I told her.
That's literally my favorite part. Like especially when it's like a team like the Yankees that you hate with a passion. You just got done beating them and you just look and you see like tears starting to flow, like come down a grown man's face. It's the most satisfying feeling in the world.
Oh man! Like, and then like as soon as I called her in, like they weren't even showing like Altuve rounding third. They were showing like Aaron Judge. Like everybody like watch, and then they're like, and Gabby like made a face. I was like, no, show me more. Give it to me.
I want to see his tears.
No. Yes, it was amazing, and just one of those moments. It's like, oh, I'll remember where I was when Altuve hit that.
Yeah.
So it was amazing. Let's try and get number 2, baby. We're coming for you, Yankees. We're about to get number 2.
Right behind him.
Ooh, hot on their tail. Okay. Anything else about baseball?
No.
The Reds are going to
I
be
got
there
some
in like 50
basketball
years.
news. 50 years.
Look, Andy. I've been there. Hey.
Listen, we made the playoffs a few years ago, and it was like the greatest experience of my life. Because like my dad and them grew up in like the era where the Reds were actually really good.
Oh.
And so like they won like 3 World Series in like the 90s or something like that, and now
that was before
they're
me.
just straight up trash. And so yeah, it's not fun.
See, I remember the Reds not being very good when the Astros were in the NL Central.
Yeah. We haven't been good for a while.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, when I first started getting to baseball, Astros really good. Went to the World Series. Don't want to talk about that World Series.
Ooh, get swept.
That was not a good time. And then, like when they made
it,
it,
a really good pitcher too.
Pitchers: Roger Clemens, Andy Pettitte, Roy Oswalt. Like
I forgot they were on that team too.
Yeah, yeah, they were great. I got to see Roger Clemens pitch. Shout out.
That's actually really cool.
And then they preceded that with 10 non-playoff seasons. 2 of those seasons had 100 losses. They were the Lastros. They jumped ship, changed from the NL to the AL, and then they made it. I think a year before they were, or like 2 years before they were supposed to, like make it to the playoffs. Like, they weren't supposed to be good yet, but then they strung together a couple wins, and they made it in the wild card. Beat the Yankees. Shout out. The more things change, the more things stay the same. And then they lost to the Royals, and I was like, I hate them.
I don't like
I think it was Cueto. Cueto, the pitcher. I hate him.
Yeah, he used to play for the Reds.
Yeah, I hate him. I hate his stupid face.
Listen, never mind. It's a tangent point. He pitched for us the last time we made the playoffs. The last time we made the playoffs, and that was that game against the Pirates where they were literally chanting his name the whole game. And it got in his head, and he hit like 4 batters in a row, walked like 6 straight, and they wouldn't pull him. And so we ended up getting like murdered and embarrassed on live TV. And then the last time we made the playoffs, we got no hit by the Phillies. So, yeah, it's better to not make the playoffs than to make the playoffs and realize, we should not be here.
My mom said, I learned that no one likes A-Rod. Everyone loves David Ortiz. Of course. My uncle.
Because he's not a cheater.
Look, that man cheated and he got everything. By everything, I mean J-Lo.
He won. All right?
He won.
Drove to Milwaukee and Kansas City just to watch Roger Clemens pitch. We sure did.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he never cheated, right? Anyways.
No, never.
All right, let's talk about the NFL. What was the best game you guys watched in the NFL?
Saints versus Bears. I love that game.
Andy, are you going to say the Titans versus the Chargers?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about it. Justin, you go.
Okay. The Saints freaking offense is still struggling a little bit. I mean, they were able to get it at the second half, but boy, does that defense look good. And they
the
still
defense is a bunch of bullies.
a bunch of bullies. Leave them alone.
Did you see that video?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay. This is on my topic. I was gonna wait till Justin finished, but since you brought it up, those guys should have been flagged for taunting. How dare you?
And then the worst part is, did you see? I forget the guy's name they were making fun of. Did you see him on Twitter like making fun of everyone for making fun of him for being small? And it's like, dude, when you get shown up like that and embarrassed, don't go to Twitter trying to complain about it because it's not going to end well for
you. Just let it go.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't have took to Twitter, but I am behind him. That was taunting. There should have been a flag on that. There's no place in the game for it.
Taunting, man. He was just looking for a high five, bro.
Bro, don't even start with this. I'm sorry. I didn't know we were on the playground. I thought we were in Soldier Field.
He's like, come on, bro, up top.
He's just looking for a high five.
Yeah, everyone's just misconstruing what he actually was saying, all right?
Shut up.
Terry Cohen's the bully. He didn't want to give him a high five. Man, you know what?
You left him hanging. That's a. I hope they get fined.
Yeah, but the defense is great. They haven't allowed 100-yard rushing in, like, the past. I don't know if any person has gone 100 on them yet this season. For sure, it wasn't a Zeke. That man got 35 yards.
They were saving it all for this week. and I appreciate that. Just beat the Eagles. That's all. Just beat them both times.
Do you have to make it in the playoffs? No, just beat the Eagles.
2-14, baby.
2-14. That's all I want.
All day, every day. All right, go ahead. Anything else about your bully ass Saints team? This is worse than Downeygate.
That Drew Brees might be making a comeback for the Cardinals.
Why?
Geez. I don't know why, but they're thinking about it. And Sean Payne and Drew Brees both said if he's ready, he's going to practice this week, and then depending on that, they will make a decision.
Look, Sean, you got to go with the hot hand. Teddy Bridgewater, 5-0. Keep him in. Ride that wave all the way to the playoffs.
Drew Brees is 1-0 as a full-time starter.
Okay, and then another full-time starter. What?
Teddy Bridgewater is 5-0 now as a starter. That man is a beast.
Oh, I thought they had a bye week like week 4 or whatever. I don't even remember.
I don't think they played anybody that day.
Yeah, I don't think so. Anyways, Annie, Titans,
man. What the heck? So, as a Titans fan, I would just like to send a very special thank you to Melvin Gordon for holding out as long as he did and then fumbling at the 1 yard line for us. I appreciate that, man.
I just
I was like, what?
Like on both, he fumbled on both plays.
He did.
Like one, he just happened to have like his elbow fall down first, and it's just kind of like that game in New Orleans a couple weeks ago. But
and the second time he wasn't man enough to run through the line without losing the football.
I just don't like. I was just like, what? Why are you holding it like that? Like this is. You don't think you need that? You need that.
No, you don't need both hands over it? Like, I don't. Okay, whatever. I'll take it. I'm fine with it.
My team won. It's okay.
Okay, fine. All right. Okay. But I couldn't believe it. I was just like, put an Austin Eckler. After that first run, I was like, put an Austin Eckler.
Yeah, I was saying.
Yeah. Well, you were saying that because he's on both of your fantasy teams.
Yeah.
But
which, like, I wouldn't be, like, super upset if he scored because I have Melvin Gordon in our league as well.
Yeah, but you had him on your bench.
No, we lost, but we need that points.
Apparently you didn't.
But still, I was very happy that the Titans actually picked up a win.
Yeah, I was. So it looks like the Titans just need adequate quarterback play.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Marcus was like the problem, but Tannehill didn't do bad. I mean, 312 yards, only one pick. I mean, I'll take it, but still. I think there's still a lot more work left to do besides just the quarterback position to make this a playoff team.
I think Tannehill's a Band-Aid, and he's not a long-term solution.
Because this
trust me, the Dolphins wishes he was.
Yeah, which is why I would totally be fine if the Titans went out and tried to get Bridgewater after the season.
Ooh, I thought he's quarterback in weight.
Huh?
I thought he was quarterback in weight. I thought he was the successor.
I mean, that's what he wants. He said.
How many successors do they need? Because they got that white guy that actually plays wide receiver. Yeah, man. Like you don't need both
kickoff
of them.
return.
Give us one of them.
Kickoff. Yeah, he said he could have had the starting with the Dolphins this year, but he declined it. He's like, nah.
I could have started for the Dolphins this year.
They make football fun, and so I feel like I don't know if he will want to leave. I mean, I guess if the paycheck's big enough, right? He'll go anyway.
Yeah. Listen, we got the money to spend.
Listen, money ain't a problem if you just come over here.
Exactly.
I'm sure there's stuff to do here.
Ooh, we're hungry for a quarterback, so you will be the star right away.
Yeah.
But there's one play where I forgot about the Saints I want to talk about.
Oh, geez, let's hear it.
It was Teddy Bridgewater outside handoff to the fullback. Then the fullback pitched it to Taysom Hill, and then Taysom Hill got like another 15 yards. I was like, what kind of play is this? I don't know what it is, but it worked.
It must
Never seen a fullback just pitching like that.
Must be looking at Kellen Moore's playbook. It was a pretty good design.
It was pretty good.
But yeah, I did like when I saw that, I was like, dude, that's pretty cool. That's a good play.
It was.
I like it. That's all the stuff people say like about college football, right? Look, it's here. The NFL got it too. Some trickeration. So
and
yeah.
What about your Cowboys? How to?
Oh, baby, I was waiting for you to ask. My favorite game of the week, the best game I watched, has to be without a doubt Cowboys versus the Eagles, baby. They took it to him, punched him in the mouth, took the ball from him twice. The first two drives went down, scored. Carson Wentz was like, "Hey, I'm just gonna throw the ball." Took it away from him. You can't play with us. You have to go home. Send him packing. Doug Peterson, guaranteed to win. Shut up. Guaranteed. You're lucky you got a guaranteed ticket back to Philadelphia, that god soulless town.
Yeah, I was hoping Alshon Jeffrey was going to do more. Carson Wentz would be better, but no, they did not.
Yeah.
Trash. I was like, bro, what is going on? Why are you guys getting locked down like that?
Look, they were saving all their good stuff. They didn't bring any of it to New York. They left it all in Dallas. And look, I don't want to be one of those Cowboys fans, all right? Like, I'm not going to overreact after one win. But boy, was there that elevation. I like how you read it.
We're definitely winning the Super Bowl.
Whoa, baby! Never doubted it. No, I'm glad. It's just one win, of course. They could definitely just turn around and lose after the bye week. They like to do that. I forget who they play. It's not somebody terribly good. Oh, it's the Giants. Exactly. Oh, yeah. And then
upset alert.
Daniel Dimes back at it, but put another dime in the jukebox, baby. But so I'm glad we can go out into the bye week. Next week is going to be torture. Like during the NFL season, when your team's on a bye, it feels like an eternity until they get back out there. But
see, as a Titans fan, it's like a glorious week because hey, they're not gonna lose, so it's technically a win. So let's celebrate.
So I was very pleased with them. Like how they were running the ball again, using Wally, the fullback. Why haven't you been using him? He's the key. Damn it. But I like that they were running the ball. Dak made plays when he was supposed to. When they asked him to, Amari Cooper looked good. Most importantly, they got Tyron Smith and Lyle Collins back, even though Tyron Smith did not look 100%. But it's very exciting, of course. I'm glad we could get a win on a divisional opponent, and most importantly, the Eagles. And then go into the bye week. This division isn't very good. The Cowboys put themselves in a good position.
Looking very optimistic over there.
Thank you. So one thing I did want to talk about, there was Devontae Freeman v. Aaron Donald, and another time, I think they both should have been ejected. Maybe not. Honestly, if Devontae Freeman wasn't ejected, that would be okay. I don't think he deserved it. The man picked him up.
Dude, he was just doing a set of curls, bro. That's it. He's want to get it pumping.
Come on, refs. You can't let a man embarrass you like that. He didn't throw a punch. He was pushing him off of him. Excuse me, sir. I am not a small child. Do not pick me up like I am such.
What are you talking about? Aaron Donald makes any person look like a small child.
I understand that. With great power comes great responsibility, Aaron Donald. Don't be picking up grown men like they're small childs. Children is what I meant. But yeah, I was just like, how is that? How Devontae Freeman, you got too emasculated on TV. You're out of here. I thought that was unfair that he got ejected and Aaron Donald got to stay in the game because he picked him up.
That's all he did was just pick him up a little. He didn't throw him down or anything. He just like, hey, look, I can fuck you up if I want. I'm not going to, but
and Freeman's just supposed to do what?
Nothing. That's what you're supposed to do when you're on.
Nah.
If they're trying to fight you, you do nothing. Caught. Yep.
Nah. Well, Devontae Freeman, you should have got more than 1 point, you son of a bitch.
I blame you for this long.
I mean, if you're gonna get tossed, you got to get tossed for something good.
Yeah. Get after a touchdown, go and kick him in the nuts. Sorry, I watched too much WWE.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's the go-to thing.
Yeah, you gotta go for the nuts. It's the whole Shinsuke AJ Styles feud was based on that.
It really was.
It was great. So, do you guys have any non-bissers from the NFL? Think of some. Devontae Freeman trying to get out of the clutches of Aaron Donald. Non-bisser. You ain't gonna do it. I got two. I saw Derek Carr do the exact same thing they did. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago against the Cowboys. He was diving for the pylon, and let the ball go. Maybe if the ball gets in there, that'll be good. This is the second time. I know there was that stretch a couple years or 3 years ago where everybody was doing it. It was like drugs after school. Everybody was doing them. And so he like reaches out for the goal line. Oh, there it goes. Out the back of the end zone. Touchback. What are you doing? Hold on to the ball. Like, you can't just, threw it. Touchdown, right, guys?
I was upset because I had Josh Jacobs. I was like, hell yeah, they're going to be at the 1. This is going to be an easy score. And then touchback. I was like, wait. Come on now.
What were you saying? Touchback? What?
No. Please no.
Yeah, it was so stupid. Not Derek Carr trying to get into the end zone and fumble it instead. No, sir. Okay, and then I saw another gem. It was in the Giants-Cardinals game. Saquon Barkley made a nice cutback, and then little did he know it, Daniel Jones was out in front of him. Daniel Jones turned around, tried to lay a block down. Boom, got blown up. Daniel Jones trying to lay a block for Saquon. Not sir.
Hey, you slowed
At least
him
he was
down
doing his job.
Yeah, he slowed him down.
Look, it was funny. He got blown up. Not sir.
It could be worse. It could be like when Tom Brady was leading the blocks and he just literally missed
completely
3 guys.
missed.
Yeah, every single person.
That was pretty good stuff.
And then got mad.
Come on, run this. Bring him this way. I was there.
Oh wait, I had him.
One last non-bisser. Okay, Justin loses by 20 points. Could have put Chase Edmonds in there. Didn't do it. Thinking he could win without Chase Edmonds. Numbers.
I could not have put him in. I literally could not have.
You lost. Boo. I don't know. Look, here's the story, Andy. It was treat yourself Tuesday, whatever, on a Saturday. He went in, got himself an iPhone 11, tried to log into the fantasy football app, can't do it, and then he was blaming me all Sunday. He's like, why won't it let me? I was like, I don't know. This is what you get for joining the Apple overlords.
As the commissioner,
I have no idea.
Collusion.
All right, let me just put this to bed right now. I'm way too stupid to actually screw any of you guys over. Like, I don't know how to do stuff. I don't know what the words on the site mean. Okay, I just want to.
I bet you Goodell says the same thing.
We did not supply that woman for Robert Kraft. We don't even know. We don't even have a phone.
What phone?
Did you guys hear about that? How Tom Brady had a cameo, Netflix cameo or something?
Yes, I did.
You told me about it.
Do you know what TV show it was or what?
All I know is Paul Rudd was in it, wasn't he?
Oh, jerking myself off, whatever one where he's two Paul Rudds. Two Rudds and a Brady.
Yourself?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
As I said, jerking yourself off.
Taking a shot at his own owner with that one.
Yeah, and then apparently, he's just like, because it was like a cloning facility or something. And then it's like, oh, you new here? And Paul Rudd's like, yeah. He's like, how many times have you been here? And Tom Brady's like, this is my 6th time.
Hell yeah.
But I don't get it. They're like, just because it was in a strip mall, I guess, people were like, man, we're taking shots. That doesn't sound very shot-takey to me.
No.
Robert Kraft wouldn't go to no strip mall. He goes to high-end places.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like at a nail salon or something?
I have no idea. I know, but we're not getting into that.
He came out happier.
Happier.
There's a big smile on that man's face. I want to go to whatever nail salon he's going to.
Oh, my God. And there was one last comment. Urban Meyer or Lincoln Riley are going to have so much fun with Dak, Zeke, and Cooper. Do you guys think Jason Garrett, I guess, anything but a Super Bowl? Okay, anything. Do you think he's safe? Anything less than a Super Bowl?
I think so, because Jerry Jones is in love with that man. I don't know what they do, but Jerry Jones always like, nope, it's not his fault. Jason Garrett's fault. Nope.
If he hasn't been fired yet, I think he's fine.
What does Jason Garrett got on him?
I have no idea, but
he's got some dirt.
He's got some of that dirty dirt. He's got him.
Robert Kraft.
It was actually his name. It was actually Jerry Jones. His name on the bill. But Jason Garrett's got friends.
Apparently, but I was watching the ESPN,
of course,
and they're talking about how Jason Garrett maybe isn't the problem, but he's definitely not the answer.
I agree with that.
With a decade and has what, like one playoff win?
I think it's 2.
2? Wow! Oh, wow!
Yeah.
But so they're saying that it's like he's not he might not be the problem, but he's definitely not the answer. And I was like, that's a perfect way to put it.
Yep,
like, that's perfect.
Yep, I agree.
But for some reason, Jerry Jones blocking out the haters is not listening to anybody else.
Because he's a rich man who does not need to listen to them.
Because he knows he's got loyal fans like me. I just watch anything, I guess.
Man, it's like the WWE all over again.
WWE. Yeah,
I wanted their loyal fans.
I wanted to make a tweet. It's just like old white men or old white men that destroy things I love. And it was going to be like Jerry Jones, Vince McMahon, Zack Snyder, and there was going to be one more. I can't think of it now. But I was just like, that'd be a good tweet. Jerry Jones, Vince McMahon, Zack Snyder. Rich white men that ruin the things I love. I think it's pretty good stuff. I felt like I had one last thing. Don't remember what it was.
Brett Maher kicking that 63-yard.
Oh, baby.
Would have been good from 66 according
That's what it said. The smart stats.
Give him the record.
Give him the record. Ooh, baby. Well, I guess that's what happens. But I don't know what the Eagles are playing. I was like, they need to get to a certain spot and out of bounds, and there goes Witten. Like, I guess they were protecting against a deep ball.
I forgot about one thing in the college segment. That could be a part of the with Derek Carr and all of them.
It's Nambisser. You can say
it. Nambisser. Did you watch any of the Tennessee-Alabama game?
No.
Okay, so there are two things in this one. One, before halftime, Jeremy Pruitt literally called 3 timeouts back-to-back, and Alabama's kicker missed the field goal. So he iced them with 3 timeouts back-to-back. And then in like the third or fourth quarter, Tennessee was at the 1-yard line trying to score. They're supposed to do a run play, and the quarterback thought, it'd be a good idea to try a quarterback sneak, and literally try to jump over the line, got pushed, and fumbled the football, and Alabama took it back for 100 yards to score. And let's just say Tennessee's coach was not happy about it at all.
I wouldn't imagine so.
Like blood red, and was pulling on his face mask down to the ground, like screaming at him. So it was great stuff.
He just gets his whistle out and starts hitting him on the top of the helmet with it. Like it's freaking Varsity Blues and shit. That'd be just going old school, gets a paddle out. Anyways, let's get started.
Stupid.
Shit. Randy Orton comes out, gives him an RKO.
Okay. You deserve it.
Oh, man, I swear I had another thing after you said that. Oh, Boise State lost also. They were 6-0. Damn.
Oh, no.
Even if they won.
Can you really count them as 6-0 when you play like nobody for all 6 games?
I still think it sucks. Like, UCF was like undefeated for like 2.5 seasons. And they still not even in the top 10.
Mentioned or anything.
Yeah. It's just like, and then they're like, they lost one. We don't have to hear about that this year. I just think it sucks. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But, like, sometimes boys say, well, surprise some people. UCF, I think they won their bowl games. Not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that.
No, go me.
But I know that they show up against big teams. I think they just need to get, like, bigger teams in their non-conference games. Let's settle this bad boy.
I think they tried to in Florida was like, we're not going to be the team that schedules you, and then you beat us, and then we're embarrassed by everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess nobody wants to be that. It's like, no, they want to get Southeastern Illinois.
Ooh, easy win.
It's like, when there's One Direction, not a sponsor. When there's One Direction in the name, like, they're probably not that good. When there's Two Directions, they're probably not even the same conference.
3 directions? How does that even happen?
North, Southeast, California. Northeast, Central, Cal Poly.
That's one of those Christian school colleges that in one of those leagues that nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah. It's actually a 6-man college football team.
Not even 8 man, just 6 man.
Football.
Yeah, actually they just play soccer usually.
That's how bad they are.
Actually, they just do fantasy against each other.
Actually, it's a pipeline for the London Silly Nannies. All right, that was a good poll. I think we could end it on that.
I have some non-football news before we go off.
All right, if it's anything bad about me, I'm going to get mad. Go for it.
No, it's basketball related. Zion Williams is
out for 2 months.
6-8 weeks because he got knee surgery. I think an MCL.
Arthroscopic knee surgery. They just scooped out all the stuff in his knee.
Yeah, I was like, oh dang, okay. I don't know what happened, but my boy DeJounte Murray stuffed him while he went up for a dunk. I know that. Like, and that's because DeJounte Murray looks like a toothpick compared to Zion Williams, but he was still able to outpower him.
Who's that guy?
DeJounte Murray?
Yeah, from a favorite team, the Spurs?
Favorite team, the Spurs? Yeah, he tore his ACL last year, so he didn't get to play that much. He tore like in the beginning of the season. But yeah, he's been in for like maybe 3 years, but he's really good. He shut down James Harden too. Like, his defense is good. I'm excited to see him this year.
Sorry, I forgot my favorite team is the G League RGV Vipers, baby. Vipers all day. I watched them win it. The only championship game I've ever been to, they won, baby.
Got to give you an update on this night game. The score is 33-0. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
I think it's getting close.
Yeah,
Watch out for the Jets. Don't call it a comeback.
No good. Oh, we won't. I think this was way more entertaining than Monday Night Football.
Ooh, update. I'm projected to lose now. Yay. Thank you, Le'Veon Bell, for it.
Oh, are you talking about? I was like, what? Did Sony Michel fumble it 20 times?
No, he scored another touchdown, actually.
Oh, did he really?
Did he?
Yeah, he has 3 touchdowns.
Ah, damn it.
I was like, come on. You
that.
couldn't have done that to freaking James White. Come on.
Look at that.
Look,
Beautiful.
I think I still might be in the playoffs, like in that league, even after this loss, because I have more points than all you scrubs.
You know what? We don't talk about it.
You know what? Oh, dude, look at my defense. 23 points in the other league. Heck yeah.
Dude, that defense is crazy.
I was on the trade block. Nobody wanted. I was like, RB2, baby. This is the best player of this position. No, I don't want any of your shitty running backs.
Bro, you can have Devin Singletary.
All right, I'll do it for Kamara. Ready? Let's book it. Trade?
Do I have him in that league?
I'm sending you the trade now. You have to do it.
The trade is in.
The trade is in.
You want to be able to log back in, don't you?
Yeah.
You can accept this trade. I knew it. It's low time.
Give you conditional login just for the trade.
I knew it. Y'all heard it here first. Collusion.
Okay, very last thing. It is not sports. It is sports entertainment.
Oh,
hell! I was gonna say Hell in a Cell. At Crown Jewel, in that money hungry city. Sorry, we're bringing the money hungry to you. Vince McMahon will be in Saudi Arabia. Vince McMahon versus Bret Hart. They're gonna have some fun. Vince McMahon versus Yokozuna's dead corpse.
The bones.
Anyways, did you see that the falls count anywhere? They had to add.
Cannot be stopped for anything.
They're like cannot be stopped for any reason.
I saw.
Not even if there's a fire.
I saw somebody say, I'm going to still tune in because, watch, both of them are going to get counted out. It's going to be a double count-out finish.
But they can't do that, right?
They couldn't stop a Hell in a Cell match for a DQ.
And that's because
for a stoppage because the other person got hurt. Yeah, Mick Foley fell off the cage and through the cage in the same match.
Yeah.
And, they continued.
Yeah, and then, who was it? When Kane broke the door off and murdered Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, and then Brock Lesnar
literally hung Big Boss Man. And they did nothing.
He's dead.
He's dead. But they're like, you picked up a sledgehammer. It's all no.
No, it's you obviously don't know the equation. It's chair plus ladder to the power of toolbox divided by sledgehammer, and you get
equals disqualification.
Stoppage.
Simple calculus, right?
Dude, it's so this like Fiend versus Seth Rollins is just reminding me of like the fear stuff with John Cena. Like either when he went against Kane or when he went against like Bray, like it's just like you don't understand. I'm gonna take you to a place you don't want to go to with you and your Fruity Pebbles colored shirts. You don't want to go there, John Cena.
You don't want to go there.
And then, is that when we got the really dumb like John Cena face, where he was super mad and like looking down the camera?
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
He went
That's
to
the best thing about that entire feud.
He feared. He went Super Cena.
Went to the hate.
Yeah, embrace the hate. That's what it's called. Embrace the hate.
Embrace the hate.
Do it. I'm the mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee. Or sorry, Knox County. Sorry,
It's
Knox
basically the same
County.
thing.
I don't know. Go Kane.
But
Okay.
yeah, it was,
See No Evil should have won an Oscar.
Greatest movie of all time.
Okay, now we're good.
No
one's gonna watch Crown Jewel. Stupid. Okay, I'm still gonna watch it.
I'm probably so wrong.
I'm in an abusive relationship with WWE.
But I'm
Yes,
not
they
gonna pay
abused
for
me,
it.
and I'm just like,
That's
ooh,
for
I'll
sure.
take it.
Agreed. Will not pay for it. Dad, get it.
Dad, get it.
Dad, get it. Actually, you guys can log into my account. I'll pay for it. I'll be fine. I'll be that person.
We appreciate you.
I'll be that person. I'll take the L.
All right. So is that going to wrap it up? Everybody get?
Yeah, that's all the news. And go Saints. Saints are going to win it this year.
Cow. That's going to be really hard when the Cowboys already secured their spot. They're going to make it all the way. They're also winning. I'm calling it right now. They're also winning the national championship.
You know what? And the World Series.
You know what? Yeah. That's what they're going to tag them in. Dak hit it over the mountains. He's going to hit the train.
He's going to knock it over. That's how powerful it's going to be.
Yep. All right.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's good. Andy, where can they find you and stuff?
You can find me on Twitter at DorksNextDoor. Take out the E from next. And then tomorrow we are live streaming to talk about that Star Wars trailer.
Ooh, baby, did you watch it?
I did watch it.
I watched it too. It was
got a little choked up. Not gonna lie,
dude. I was thinking the same thing. I was just like, wait, I hate C-3PO. I don't even like him.
Why do you have to go and say that? It's not even that, I'm not crying.
They're not even your real friends. You don't even have a soul. All right,
just him red eyes.
Da 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 da. All right, Justin, where can they find you?
You can find me at NewWorld_Gamer. That's pretty much the only thing I have.
That's the only thing he's got. Follow us on Twitter at BallinBoys. Follow, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on SoundCloud. We just started to get we almost got double-digit listens. We're doing great, baby boy, on the SoundCloud. SoundCloud rapper. Don't call us. Don't. Yeah, we got it. And then follow us on Twitter at NewWorldNerds. Subscribe to NewWorldNerds if you're here already. You probably do, and we appreciate you. Thanks for subscribing to 2 different channels. It's a lot of stuff, and we appreciate every little bit. Little bits. And that's it. We're going to get out of here. Play the music. Keep balling out there, big ballers. Baby boys.